Well, good day, and I am, as always, the painting hack, and wanted to do a short video. And I say that right now, probably turn out to be like 25 minutes and take 5 hours to render. But I wanted to do a video for those out there that have been thinking about picking up the hobby of painting miniatures. Now, as I explained in another video myself, I don't actually play these games that these miniatures are for. I don't. I just paint them because I really enjoy the the detail-oriented work of painting miniatures. And I just kind of put these guys out in the front here as kind of a what it looks like, sort of like when you start doing some of this painting and you start having different stages of completion of models done um, all over your studio or your room or your den or whatever it is. Um, uh, some of them better than others, and here, just as a quick look, you'll see a finished one, which is this guy right here. And he's got almost finished, almost finished. The base isn't painted right here on the very base of the base, which this thing's called a base, right? And you see it's got grass on it and all that kind of nice stuff, and it looks pretty nice and hand-painted iconography. It's a fleur-de-lis here that was done, and this is basically a finished product. And then moving to the stage before here, you have the rider and the horse done, and I already have the base for this cavalry piece done. The horse, like I said, is almost completely done. No iconography has been painted on here yet, but the rider is complete, and everything basically done with the horse is pretty well done. And you will find, as I have found, that you pick up new skills as you go through this process of learning how to paint these, and you'll look back at models you've done before in the past and go, I really wish I did this, that, and the other thing to make this look nicer and this look better. And you'll also learn other things like, boy, that shield right there looks really splotchy. It's probably because my paint wasn't thin enough, or I used two different types of paint, or whatever. And you'll want to go back and fix things. So it's almost a never-ending evolution of doing things and learning things and getting better. Here's an example of something that's quite a bit further along. You see that the rider has not been really done yet at all, but in some cases the horse is even further along than the other one, but not complete yet. You'll see that a lot of it's still green up here, has no metal's not done on it yet, but the iconography has been done. These were stenciled on. And he's actually not part of the base, as you can see, stuck on with some tacky, because you need that. And I'll get off to that in a sec. And then just again, real quickly, just a base coated. And then I have a whole bunch of ones that have just been primed lying around because I got these off of eBay. So when we're really talking about this, what do you want to do? Do you want to actually play the game? If you want to play the game, there are probably better videos out there teach you how to play the game. And it seems to me a lot of folks that play the game, painting becomes a little bit secondary to them. They just want to get their models on the board, and they actually pay folks like me to paint models for them. So what do you want to do? If you really, like I said, if you really want to play the game, there are probably better videos out there. But if you just want to paint miniatures and that's it, perhaps make a buck doing it, here are going to be some pointers for you. So the first one is eBay, eBay, eBay. This right here is called a Bretonnian Knight from Games Workshop. And they come in, I believe, a pack of 10, if I'm not mistaken. And in the back here, there are some Warriors of Chaos. These are also from Warhammer. Okay, so Warhammer is the name of the game, Warhammer Fantasy Battles to be specific. There are kind of three big games out there. There's Warhammer Fantasy Battle, these guys. Warhammer 40K, or 40,000, which is a future version of this. You can always tell the difference because Warhammer Fantasy Battles have square bases, Warhammer 40K, as it's called, have round bases, and there's reasons for that in the game. And I really don't. Well, again, I don't know. I don't play the game. So, and then you have another game called War Machine. That's kind of the third big one, and that's made by Privateer Press, which is a different company. Nevertheless, like I said before, eBay, and the reason is these suckers right here, for instance, and I showcase these on another video, but I think they cost right around $35 to $45 for a brand new pack of 10. I got these off of eBay for $12. So if you're looking to paint and you're okay with paying the full price because you just want to get these things and put them in some sort of cabinet and showcase them or whatever, then if you got the money, go ahead and buy them off of eBay. If you're a little more frugal like myself, buy them from directly from Games Workshop or from a store that carries this line, and they do have Games Workshop stores all over the place. Buy them straight. But if you're looking to make a buck, you're going to have to get these cheap and then sell them for a profit. Obviously, the basics of business. Now, I do this part-time. I won't even say part-time. I do this as a hobby personally, which means that I do this when I have spare time, and I work on them when I have spare time. I don't have a certain amount of hours I put towards this. Sometimes in the evening I'll spend 2-3 hours doing it, sometimes more, sometimes none. Sometimes I'll go an entire week or two without touching these things because my kids are around, my wife's around, the baby's around, other things to do. But again, it's a hobby for me and I enjoy it. But because I don't play the game, I figure, well, I'm just going to have a whole bunch of these sitting around. What am I going to do with them? And I just came to one day, I wonder if I can eBay them. I wonder if I could sell them. So I set up an eBay account and I sold my first set for about triple the price that I bought it off of eBay for. I was like, wow, you could really kind of make a little bit of money off that. And then as a part-time painter myself, not doing very much as far as time goes per month, you might be able, if you're decent, and again, a hack like me can make a few $100 a month on this. I figure somebody with some real skill could probably do a heck of a lot better part-time. So you need to decide, what do you want to do? Do you really want to do this full-time or put a lot of time towards it, a little bit of time? How invested do you want to get? You really have to know that up front, because that's going to determine how much stuff you need to buy, how many things you're going to buy. Now, here in the background, I'll move these guys off camera here for a second. I have my station. And as I pull it away, you will see, and I'll tilt the camera up a little bit and come back, I have a lot of stuff. There's a compressor over there with an airbrush. There is a paint rack that you almost can't even see the top of. And then here's some drawers over here, and they're all filled with stuff. And I'm going to go over some of the important stuff, the basic things in the next video. But again, for making a decision, do you want to get all the stuff up front? Now, a lot of people might get all this stuff up front and then find out a little bit later, well, I really don't like the hobby all that much, and then they have all these things on hand and they've wasted a lot of money. What I have done, what I recommend, is that you start off kind of small, get just some basic things you need, and then as you make money selling that, or not, buy a little at a time. What I've done is I actually had a very basic amount of stuff, painted some models up, sold them, used the money that I gained from selling the models to buy more things. My initial investment, I think, was probably, and this may shock some people, but around probably $300. This is, again, before I didn't start selling anything off of eBay or try to sell any of this stuff until I'd already spent about $300. I had a whole bunch of these models just sitting on a bookshelf. And then again, one day, I wonder if I could sell them. So I think there's probably a better way to go about this. And in the next video, I plan on going over some very, not technique basis, but what do I need to get? If I could do it all over again myself, what would I get? How would I get things? In what order would I purchase? How would I purchase things? What's the best place to go to? What kind of paints do you really want? All these sort of things. So I'll try and break it up into maybe 2 or 3 videos of how to do that. But again, the decision has to be yours. I'm not saying that anybody can do this. I'm not saying that you can go in and start slapping paint on stuff and you think it looks good to you and you'll be able to sell it for a lot of money. I have things that are on eBay that I think are fantastic, and they stay on there for 2-3 weeks and don't sell to anybody until I lower the price. One quick thing about eBay, I think very important. Quick anecdote, not too long ago, I bought a can of Army Painter Quick Shade, the big cans, off of eBay for 99 cents. And I think shipping was like about $8. It also came with 3 Army Painter brushes, a little bottle of Quick Shade, and some other stuff. Now, this may not mean anything to you, but what I got off of eBay for 99 cents probably would have retailed for close to $50. And I got it for $1 plus shipping. I think shipping again was $5-6, something like that. The point being is whatever you post on eBay to sell, say I'm selling this little guy right here, you should put your minimum bid to be what you can accept to let this guy go for. Let's say I think this guy is worth $5. Well, I sure as hell better put on eBay for at least $5. So I put it for 99 cents, and what will happen is some guy will look and go, oh yeah, 99 cents, I'll bid that. And everybody else like, not this week. Maybe the guy who wants these things isn't in the market yet. Maybe it's a slow week. Maybe it's after Christmas and nobody's going to buy anything. I don't know. You'll, in what week's time, it will sell. You'll lose it off of eBay, and it'll sell for $1. And here you are packing it up. And go, man, this thing is worth a heck of a lot more than 99 cents. That guy's getting a real deal. And you're the one that is out. You may have bought them for $2 or $3. And then if you take all the paint that you use and your overhead and all that kind of stuff and apply it, he may be worth $6 or $7 worth of investment, and you only sold for $1, and you've lost $6 worth of investment. So keep in mind how much these things are really, really worth, again, to you and to other folks. In the same breath, I would also say be very, very careful not to overprice them. Otherwise, you're never going to sell them. There's some guys out there, pro paint guys from China that sell a lot of things on eBay. They sell their product for an astronomical price, and even though they're good, the quality here in front of you is about equivalent to what they have, and I sell my stuff for about 1/3 of the price. I don't think they ever sell anything, or if they do, it's to people that they ought to keep looking. So there's a short on the decision-making process of getting started. We'll come back and I'll do a little just getting started. There's my baby. Getting started on the basics, the materials, and the equipment that you'll need.